Not that it really matters now, since YouTube updated their damn policy about who can be a what is it? Their YouTube partner or whatever they call it here. Oy. Yeah, how about that news too? YouTube this week is shooting at the YouTube headquarters. Regardless of what you think of their policies, there's never any call for that. Oh, well, at least we defended ourselves in that attack. As much as I detest YouTube's policies right now, there's no call for what happened at headquarters. So set vassal army and send them out. Yeah, it's a piece of dispute against the rules, and also some rejected love was involved in that shooting. Rejected love too. Lovely, fantastic. Yeah, because when I saw in the news, it sounded like they had a dispute about YouTube not playing her videos or something like that. I said, oh, okay, but I mean, part of me thought, I knew there was going to be some sort of pushback against it, because YouTube basically screwed over a lot of people unnecessarily. Me being one of them as well. But unfortunately, there's not much we can do about it, rationally speaking, because they right now are the go-to video platform. Hopefully, I know Vimeo is another good one. I looked at Vimeo, and it's like, okay, it could work, but it would be a lot of work. YouTube screwed over everyone. Well, everyone except who they want in their little... That's essentially what it is. They have their little circle of content creators that they want to keep, I guess you could say. Which I think part of it, because you're going to get me on this too. Let me do this. Because I'm going to remove this from the segment, but I do have to get out on the soapbox here real quick. So anyone watching YouTube and you're not going to see this next part, come watch the highlight on Twitch, because it's all going to be one video on Twitch. So let's see. We're going to end this right here about 47, and then we're going to go into our mid show here. Even big creators got screwed over with their BS rules. Well, yeah, it's 47. So we're going to go. Let's go. What is this? The recording or the stream? Is it recording? So about 48 minutes. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So let me get on my soapbox before we continue on here. Yeah, and I noticed. I looked. I'm going to have to check again, and not that I want to give Logan Paul any more views. But just for a lark, I had looked at one of his videos a few weeks ago, and it looked like there were commercials. When I played it, a commercial ran on it. I said, oh, well, yeah, it looks like that little timeout that Logan Paul got from YouTube didn't last that long, which I fully expected that. Because some of the BS that they said around Logan Paul and why they can't take his channel off YouTube and this and that, which was all, of course, BS. They're perfectly capable of removing any channel they want for any reason, because it's their platform. So I knew already that most of what they're spouting out about all this is BS, because Logan Paul makes them money, and they're not going to get rid of somebody who's going to make YouTube money, regardless of how controversial he is. But yeah, I saw it coming as soon as they implemented this whatever machine learning thing for the ads was, because you look at every time they mentioned what they were doing, why they were doing it, the reasons they were giving sort of made sense on the surface. Said, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But then you look at it, you realize it's like things about there were a lot of course, YouTube did a survey a while back of creators, asking them how they felt about the platform, what it was, and this was after they implemented the machine learning. So I certainly blasted them in that survey of theirs. But you look at the things, it's like when they implemented the machine learning and the requirements just to get your videos manually reviewed, which was required in order to take the limited advertising off the video. And of course, just about every single video I had, every time I uploaded it, got flagged, which was ridiculous. But it got unflagged later on. So I think, I don't know what was going on in the background, but I think there was something in there. They were still reviewing videos, or it just they decided to unflag the videos after a certain period of time, which ironically enough is usually the first 24 hours where most videos get their most views. All of a sudden it's unflagged. So that seemed a little squirrely to me too, because I think a lot of it's twofold. Of course, YouTube, they're going to make their money off these creators that are now in their bubble. YouTube policy: no hate, no politics, no racism, no nude. A lot of vids have, a lot of vids have all of it in it. I was tempted, I still am tempted to just go on the forums and say, hey, everybody, here's an idea. Go to your local businesses, have them pay you $5 for a month block of advertising in your videos, and just do the commercial yourself. I figured, hey, you'll make more money on YouTube than you would through a YouTube partner. And I still may do that just to see. Just make up some commercials and stuff and throw them in the videos and see what YouTube has to say, which you can't do if you're a partner. But if you're not partnered, I don't see why you couldn't do it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, between the survey, what they were saying, and all this other stuff, because some of the things they said, it's the reason they did this was to re-uploaders, people who take a video from one channel and upload it on their own channel to get views, and some other stuff like that. I'm thinking, well, the change to who can be a partner or not doesn't stop any of the things that they said they did this for, like uploaders, like people who are not advertiser friendly or stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, they're not making money off of it, but they can still re-upload, they can still be controversial, all this nonsense. So I think it was twofold, is that in that survey, it's like that core group of content creators that YouTube has a relationship with, that is they're good actors, I think is how bad actors and good actors, they're good actors on YouTube. Didn't like the fact that there were people doing similar things to what they were doing. And so they claim, so I think some of these YouTubers were claiming things that really weren't necessarily true, like people taking their videos and uploading, or essentially plagiarizing. Let's call it that. That other people would be doing sort of copying what they were doing and doing it. So I think that was part of it, that YouTube decided, okay, well, we'll just keep these creators happy by saying, hey, these copycats can no longer make money off their channel. Which to me, imitation is the best form of flattery. The copycatting happens in all forms of media and that kind of stuff. So absolutely ridiculous reason to do it there. But I think it's because that core group of YouTubers has obviously some influence with YouTube. YouTube said, oh well, we want to keep these people happy, so let's screw everybody else over. And the other big point I saw was like, again, in light of the Logan Paul stuff over the last couple of months and all that kind of stuff, it's like the one thing, the advertisers were pulling back in this kind of stuff. Advertisers were getting leery about, being on the platform because of all these controversial YouTubers who were doing this stuff, like Logan Paul did, like DaddyoFive did, this kind of stuff. So that was another one of the reasons for implementing the new requirements for being a YouTube partner. But I said, again, it's like, well, if you look at all the controversies, you look at everything that's going on, it wasn't the small 150 subscriber guy who was causing the controversies. It was all the big guys. Every DaddyoFive, Logan Paul, all the few other ones. They would still qualify for the YouTube policy now. So changing the YouTube policy does nothing in that regard, because the people who caused the problem to begin with already would have qualified for the new requirements. So it's like it didn't make any sense. So saying, so it's like the bad act, the small bad actor has no influence on that. Nobody, if they get 2 views a week or whatever, there is no controversy because nobody sees it. It was only the big YouTubers that caused the controversy. That still wouldn't matter because they'd still qualify anyway. So to me, that was the thing that really rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, you're doing this because you're advertising, but who caused the problem to begin with? It's the guys who were already big and who still would already qualify for your partnership. I mean, come on, really, YouTube? I'm going to do a vlog about it at some point. I meant to do that, and in fact, that was the main impetus for me for getting the red screen. Was I was going to do a companion video blog to my current written blog. And I figured, well, I'm going to need a screen because of the way I want to set it up. So that's actually how the red screen came into being, sort of. But yeah, it's so why are those vids exactly? It's do I belong to living under a rock category if I don't know who all these people are? Yeah, I live under the rock next to you. Then, yeah, look up Logan Paul, look up DaddyoFive. Those are the 2 big ones I know because. I'd never heard of these people before this whole controversy broke, either. But apparently they're these big YouTubers with millions of subscribers, stuff like that. DaddyoFive no more. He was DaddyoFive was the first one to go, really. But yeah, it was, and I actually found out about it because one of my Twitch kittens, I think, or somebody I knew in the Twitch kittens had done a vlog about sort of one of the minor players, like Onision, or was it Joy Luck BS or whatever. There's a couple of smaller ones who are sort of that, PewDiePie was another more minor actor, and she did a video log about one of them, and I went to go look, and they had mentioned something about this other YouTuber. So that's how I actually learned about DaddyoFive, was like going through 3 different YouTubers who had mentioned somebody else and somebody this. And so, yeah, and they're American. So this is probably why it was more big here as opposed to like overseas. You guys may not even have heard of all this because they're all American YouTubers. But the DaddyoFive guy, I essentially saw some of the videos. His channel is sort of gone now. It's still on YouTube, but I don't think there's anything on it. But he ended up, essentially what he did on his videos was mentally torture his, I guess his kid. They have like five kids, and so I guess they how this started is they played a practical joke on one of the younger kids. I think he was like 5 or 6, maybe 7 or 8. And apparently he got a reaction on YouTube or something like that. And so they just made their whole channel about just mentally torturing their poor 7-year-old son. And it went on for, I don't know how long it went on for. I mean, just sort of the feeling I got, it went on for at least a year, maybe 2 years, that they did this before YouTube did anything about it. And so, yeah, that's how this whole thing, I think, started. But, yeah, that's, yeah, ridiculous. At the end of the day, it's ridiculous that people like me get screwed over because of YouTubers like that, and YouTube not really wanting to take responsibility for anything. Yeah, eat some fries with me together. Yeah, what is good? Yeah. All right. Anyway, that's enough of the soapbox. Let's get on with the show here.